Hi, I'm Angela, as known as Stitching Brit, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you very much. And today is Sunday the 9th of August and I am back with my weekly cross stitch update. So I can honestly say the plan did not go to plan this week. I only actually stitched on 2 projects. I did get to a milestone with one of them, but yeah, only stitched on 2 projects, and it made me really think about the monthly plans that I have. So I will go into that a bit later in the video, what I've changed, and I will be starting it from this week as well. So there's also quite a bit of a life update as well, which is why my stitching wasn't very much this week either, and it's quite exciting for me anyway. So the first project that I worked on was Mini Mountain Cabin by Dominic Davison. It's just such a beautiful piece, isn't it? And I know lots and lots of people that have stitched on it. Very few are stitching the mini version, although there is an American lady called Julie. I'll try and tag her channel below. She is doing the mini as well, and she's got quite far. I think she's about 70% of her chart, and it just looks awesome. But as always, I will pop a before picture for each of my projects, and this is where I got to. So I'm trying to remember where I was. I think I've done a little bit of the mountains, but I did a bit more. And this is stitched on 18 count 2/1. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm nearly at the end of row 2. So I am a full coverage stitcher. I don't stitch on anything else now, and I am using Stitching Mummy's typewriter method, where I pick a symbol left to right in a 10 by 10 square, and I stitch across. If there's no stitches across, I will stitch 1 block below, and then I will park in row 3. That's the gist. Yeah, but yeah, really love that one. And this one had in total 839 stitches. It's now at 10,000 stitches, and it's gone from 12.04% to 13.32%. Yeah, 10,000 stitches out of 75,075, and that's how big it's going to be. When I first started this, I was actually going to colour complete, so hence why there's stitches all over. But yeah, just love working on this piece. So the second piece, and the other piece I worked on this week, was one that I have recently restarted. Apologies if I have got that hot sweaty look. It's still really warm here in the UK, and I'm done with it now. I'm not enjoying this warm weather, and sometimes we can get a Indian summer, which is where we have a really hot September. I'm really hoping that's not the case, because I think on Wednesday it's going to be 31 degrees, and I don't cope well in the heat. I've got fans going and I'm still really hot, so apologies. Anyway, yes, so this was a project that I started recently, or I restarted it, and it is Mini Checking It Twice by Donna Gelsinger. And the first time that I was stitching it on a 20 count Ada. I was doing 2/1, and it was a pearlized fabric, and I really was not enjoying it. And I just decided that actually, if you're not enjoying it, don't stitch on it. So I changed it to 25 count, which was before I'd found 22 count. And this is, let me get the sort out the part threads. So this is my one and only project on 25 count, and this is where it was. So I think I filled in more of the little gaps, so just along there. I think I need to start again from the row here and then just go along. So yeah, just love it, and I just love it so tiny. It pretty much fits in one of the large Nurge frames, but yeah, really, really lovely. And just love stitching on. I do love stitching on the 25 count, but I've realised that 22 count is definitely going to be my favourite. So this one it's only had 307 stitches in, which has taken it to 2,923. That's out of 63,225. And it's gone from 4.14% to 4.62%. So that's all the stitching that I've done this week. And I've decided moving forward, oh, actually, hold on a minute. Sorry, somebody was trying to ring me. I thought I'd put it on aeroplane mode. But I've decided now to still carry on with my year of starts, obviously. And I am still going to do 5,000 stitches a month in those. I have also got a current whip that I spin on the wheel that I will do 2,000 stitches. And this week I didn't get to work on either of those pieces. I think with the brand new start, I love the brand new starts. It's just doing that first row of stitches, because there's no other stitches in that row. There's no other part threads. It's just that first row. I think can be quite difficult. Well, not quite difficult, what's the word? Not as fun, maybe. And I think that was partly the reason. But like I say, I'll share in my life update what's been going on this week. So I will show you what my 5,000 stitch piece will be. This is the Max Colours French Walkway. And it is by, let me just see who it's by. I think it is by Dominic Davison. So this will be my second Max Colour piece, and I absolutely will get that started this week. And again, I'll explain in my life update why I absolutely know I will get that started. And then my 2,000 piece was Story Keep Cooking for Your Dragon by Randall Spangler. I cropped it, so I am just doing the dragon and the cookies. So again, I absolutely know that I'm going to do those pieces this week. So I'm going to do those each month, and then I'm going to do 5 300 stitch wheel spins each week when I come on each week to do this Flosstube. So I'm going to have 5 of those. So 1,500 stitches I think will be much easier with what I have going on with work and things. And then if I finish my words, if I finish those 5 pieces, what is it about Flosstube? When you come on, you just completely forget what you're saying. Yeah, so anyway, when I finish those 5 pieces, I will have 3 pieces that I'm going to have as backup stitching that I will stitch on, and I will show you those as and when I stitch on them. But my plan is to stitch them in like hundreds, so minimum is 100 stitches, so that every piece has that rounded 500 or 1,000. And the Max Colour Stitcher does this, and I really, really love the whole concept of the 1,000 or 500 stitches. So let's do the wheel spins for today. And yeah, just sorry, I really am sorry. I'm just absolutely melting. Right, okay, wheel spins. So I've reset the wheel as well. So everything is on there. The only thing, if you remember, that I cannot track the stitches for is my mini virus detected by Roundel Spangler, and I've decided if that one comes up, I'll just probably do like 3 hours stitching on it. So let's get the first one, and I'll just get my spreadsheet ready so I can write. Okay, so let's do the first one. So this one is Monday, and it is mini checking it twice. So I think this is the 3rd week in a row that I've done that. But that's okay. Okay, Tuesday is Story Keep Beach Bliss, and I will show you all of these projects, by the way. So Wednesday, Heart Melt. So I didn't get to Heart Melt this week. And next one is Ornament Healing Rose. So this was the piece that I was doing 2,000 stitches on last month. Again, didn't get those done because I've realised that my weekly plan just needed to be changed. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Right, so Friday is Mini Deer Creek. Okay, so that is my Monday to Friday pieces. So next week I'm not going to be able to film because I'm actually going to be looking after my dad, who's having his knee surgery, and it's just his place isn't designed for me to film. So I'm going to do another 5 spins for the following week, and then I will catch up the week after with you to show you those 10 pieces plus my main stitching, which is my new start, and my secondary monthly piece. So let's go for the following week. So this is Monday for the following week, and this is New York, and the Tuesday of that week, World Travel Bookshelf, and Wednesday that week, Mountain Cabin again, Thursday, Cooking for Your Dragon. This is, so that will get the extra 300 stitches as well as the 2,000. And then I just need one more piece. And this is London. So I think the Story Keep New York and the Story Keep London, they both came up together, I think last time the wheel spun them. So yes, right, so I'm gonna go get those pieces to show you, and yeah, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the first piece that you have just seen that I spun on the wheel was Checking It Twice. On next time I come and film, I will share stitch counts and how many stitches I've done, everything like that. So this is Story Keep Beach Bliss. I'm definitely going to get a row finish. I only had a few stitches and I was just so tired last time, so definitely going to get a row finish there. The one after that was Heart Melt. This is where this one will start from. I'm just finishing out the top row. I don't think I'll finish the top row, but you never know. Then it was Deer Creek. That's the one that needs to get started, and I think for the last few weeks I've said I'm going to start it and I haven't, and I definitely will this week because I think it's just that first row thing again, but that would, like I say, that would definitely get started this week. And the next one after that was Rose, which is Ornament Healing Rose. I was really trying to get as much as I could at the top last time, so I think I'm just going to carry on with that. But I'm not doing my typewriter method on this piece. I'm just literally picking a colour and stitching it out. So yeah, that's this one. You can't even see really, it's a circular piece. So that's that one. Then the start of the following week is Story Keep Life is an Open Book, New York. And this is the starting point. You can see I was doing diagonal stitching, and yeah, so what I'm actually doing with these pieces is I'm actually stitching out the part threads, and I'm stitching those wherever they go, and then once I've stitched all of these part threads, I will then start the typewriter method, unless the part thread was so these particular threads here, these are from me doing the typewriter method, so I know not to touch those. It will be these and these that I work on. I know my system anyway, that's the main thing. But yeah, so that's Story Keep New York. And then another restart that I did was on 22 count. Like I say, I will go through it all with you next week, but I just wanted to share, is Well Travel Bookshelf. I haven't got many stitches in on that, so really excited to get a few more in. Obviously the one after that was Mountain Cabin that you've just seen, and then Cooking for Your Dragon, which is going to form part of my 2000 stitch project as well. So this is the starting point for that one. Then the final one was Story Keep Life is an Open Book, London. And exactly the same, I'm just going to work in all of these. I mean, there's so many threads. I'm just going to work them in unless I've started parking them for the typewriter method that I'm doing. And I think, if I'm right, these ones are starting with that. So I'm just going to finish this blue one, and then I'll work on these or work on these, whichever. But I'm just going to do 300 stitches. So love that start. So that's all of the projects I'm going to be working on over the next 2 weeks. I'm definitely going to be taking my stitching when I go and look after my dad. Other than looking after him, I will be stitching because I've taken a week of annual leave. What else was I going to tell you? So life update, let's do that. So this week, so many of you know, let me start from the beginning. Many of you know, when I came back to Flosstube, there'd been an awful lot going on. My now ex-partner and I, we split up in January, and it's been a really hard 8 months, I'm not going to lie. We were together for almost 10 years. We did several rounds of IVF, unsuccessful as well. So yeah, we went through a lot in our relationship. And when I moved quite far away, because I actually moved back in with my mum. She is needing me because she needs a new hip, and she just needs me. There's no two ways about that. She does need me. But it meant that I was further away from work, so I could spend 2 to 3 hours a day in the car because I was further away from work. So my work were fabulous, and they've just said, would you like a team closer to where you live? And I was like, yes, happy days. So it all and it was just a very like off the cuff question, you know, would you like a team? And I was like, yes. And she was like, ah, right, okay. So there was loads and loads of sorting I had to do, loads of phone calls I had to make, loads of emails I had to send. I need to start writing the handover plan for the current team I have. I need to, well, yeah, there's just lots of stuff I need to do. But it will absolutely be better because my team, the maximum distance I'll travel for my team is about half an hour, which is very different to spending 3 hours in the car. So half hour there, half hour back, an hour max. Yeah, so I'm genuinely really, really excited by that. And it does mean I get more time to stitch because I do like stitching in the evenings, and it just means I won't be home so late and I can stitch in the evening. So yeah, really, really excited. So that really doesn't come into effect until the 1st of September. And in between time, like I say, I've got a week annual leave starting on Friday. I have got about 5 days of training, I think, in August. Yeah, so it's just really, really, really busy. And yeah, so that's me really. I think I was holding on to my old area because I was thinking, you know, oh, if I got back with my ex, then, you know, we'd move back to where we used to live and it would all really like be lovely and rosy. And as much as I'd like to get back with him, he's not really making any effort with me. So I think those actions speak loud and clear to me. So I think that was why it just felt like an easy yes to me to say about changing my team. So that's the only life update. Like I say, my dad's got his surgery on Friday, so I won't be back next week, but I will be back the following Sunday with a big pile of whips, because like I say, I'm going to be doing 300 stitches on the ones I've just shown you. I'm going to get my new start started, and I'm going to carry on with Cooking for Your Dragon as well. So hope you have a great couple of weeks. Happy stitching, and see you soon.